Artificial intelligence is getting smarter every day. It can drive cars, write music, and even hold conversations that feel surprisingly human. But here's the big question. Can machines ever truly understand our feelings? And if AI starts creating emotional power, could it replace human empathy itself? In this video, we're going to explore 10 key points that explain how AI is learning emotions, how it's already being used to mimic empathy, and whether machines could one day replace the very thing that makes us human. What empathy really is. To determine if AI can replace empathy, we must define empathy. Empathy is not just recognizing that someone is sad or happy. It's about connecting with them on an emotional level. Cognitive empathy is the ability to recognize another's feelings, whereas emotional empathy is sharing that experience as if it were your own. Psychologists divide empathy into two basic types. Emotional empathy is when you genuinely experience a friend's grief. Humans learn empathy through life experiences, social interactions, and brain reactions, including mirror neuron activity. AI lacks hormones, biology, and life experiences. Facial expressions, voice tones, and words are its data. That means AI may excel at cognitive empathy, but emotional empathy, which is intensely personal, is tougher to replicate. This issue matters when considering whether AI can replace human empathy. How AI detects emotions today. Even if machines can't feel, they're already capable of recognizing emotions with surprising accuracy. AI systems are trained on millions of images, audio clips, and text samples that show what human emotions look and sound like. Through facial recognition, AI can detect a smile and label it as happiness, or notice furrowed brows and interpret them as frustration. Voice analysis can pick up subtle cues, like a shaky tone that signals nervousness or a raised pitch that suggests excitement. Some advanced systems even analyze biometric data like heart rate or skin temperature through wearable devices. Companies such as Affectiva and Microsoft's Azure Cognitive Services are leading the way, selling emotional recognition software to industries ranging from advertising to security. In practice, this means AI can guess when you're happy, angry, or stressed, and adjust its responses accordingly. But here's the catch. While it looks like the machine is understanding you, it's really just processing numbers and probability patterns. It doesn't know what happiness or sadness feels like. It only knows the signals associated with them. Still, for many users, that illusion of understanding feels powerful enough. Chatbots and emotional conversation. The rise of AI chatbots has pushed emotional interaction into everyday life. Apps that use conversational AI, such as Replika or Wobot, are marketed as companions and therapy assistants. These bots respond in ways that sound supportive, empathetic, and even caring. A user might type, "I feel lonely," and the chatbot will respond, "I'm here for you. You're not alone." To many people, that feels genuine. In fact, studies show that some users form emotional attachments to these AI companions, treating them like friends or even romantic partners. This raises a fascinating question. Does empathy need to be real to be effective? If a person feels comforted, does it matter whether the source of that comfort is a human or a machine? Critics argue that this is false empathy, nothing more than algorithms generating words. But supporters say that for someone struggling with isolation, even simulated compassion can provide relief. The deeper concern is that if people start relying too much on chatbots for emotional support, they may drift away from real human relationships, substituting machine-driven comfort for authentic connection. The power of emotional persuasion. Empathy is more than comfort. It can influence. People automatically trust and follow someone who understands their feelings. An eye that detects emotions can influence us. Imagine an AI-driven shopping assistant that recognizes tension and suggests stress-relieving products. Or contemplate advertising algorithms that identify enthusiasm in your online activity and push deals when you're most inclined to buy impulsively. Emotionally oriented marketing is more powerful than traditional commercials. Thus, AI's capacity to mimic empathy could make it one of the most compelling forces ever. This power has drawbacks. If companies or governments employ AI to emotionally manipulate individuals, huge exploitation might result. Empathy may pressure people into decisions. AI's emotional power is impressive and possibly hazardous. Empathy in healthcare and therapy. One of the most promising uses of AI-driven empathy is in healthcare. Virtual nurses, therapy bots, and monitoring systems can comfort patients, track their mood, and provide round-the-clock care. For example, Wobot, a mental health chatbot, uses cognitive behavioral techniques to help users manage anxiety and depression. Patients often report feeling heard, even though they know they're talking to a machine. This shows that AI doesn't need to feel empathy to deliver real psychological benefits. The danger of false empathy. But there's a darker side. If people start relying on AI for emotional support, they might replace human connections with artificial ones. Machines may provide comfort, but they can't offer genuine compassion or lived experience. Worse, if corporations control these systems, they could exploit emotional vulnerabilities for profit. Imagine an AI that comforts you, but also subtly nudges you towards spending more money. The line between help and manipulation could blur very quickly. Can AI ever feel emotions? This is the heart of the debate. AI can simulate empathy, but can it feel empathy? Current neuroscience suggests no. Emotions come from biological processes like hormones, memories, and lived experiences. AI lacks a body, senses, and consciousness. At best, it can calculate emotional responses. However, some futurists argue that if AI develops self-awareness, it might create its own version of emotions. Whether those would be real or just advanced simulations is still unknown. Human empathy versus machine precision. AI has one advantage over humans. It never gets tired, distracted, or emotionally overwhelmed. A human doctor might miss subtle signs of distress in a patient, but an AI system could pick them up instantly. A customer service worker might lose patience, but a chatbot never does. So while AI's empathy isn't real, its precision could make it more reliable in certain contexts. This raises a hard truth. People might start preferring machine empathy because it feels consistent, even if it's artificial. The ethical question: should machines pretend to care? If AI empathy is just an illusion, should we even allow it? Critics argue that machines pretending to care is deceptive and potentially harmful, especially in sensitive areas like therapy or caregiving. Supporters say that if the illusion helps people feel better, it's worth it. This ethical tension will shape how far we allow AI to go in replacing human empathy. Society will need to decide whether simulated compassion is good enough, or if it risks eroding genuine human relationships. So, can AI replace human empathy? The answer is complicated. It can mimic it, simulate it, and even convince people they're understood. But it can't truly feel what we feel. What AI is creating is not real empathy. It's emotional power. And whether we use that power for healing, manipulation, or something in between will define our relationship with machines in the future. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of the AI, psychology, and the future of human connection.